Hey everyone, this is DWS Darius, and today we are in a fish room. In this video I want to give you guys some tips on how to help shy aquarium fish. I know it can be pretty annoying when you have a fish that spends the entire day hiding, or when you come to your tank and all the fish just run away from you and go stuff themselves in corners. The main reason why we put these fish into these glass boxes is so that we can observe them and just have a good look at them. So when our fish are hiding a lot, it's definitely not pleasing. So in this video I want to give you guys 3 tips to help break your fish's shyness. So the first tip is to make the tank as comfortable as possible for the fish, and by this it just means adding different decorations and places where your fish can hide. And with those decorations, with those caves that you create, it will boost the confidence of your fish, make them more comfortable within the tank. If you can look at all my tanks, I use different decorations from driftwood to rocks, plants. I even use clay pots in some of my tanks. All these different things and efforts to make different caves, and these caves definitely make the fish feel a lot more safer, and because they feel as if they have a place to retreat to, they do spend a lot more time out in the open and just more active. So the first thing you can do if you have a shy fish, try to make the tank as comfortable as possible, creating caves and stuff like that, and that can help. The next thing you could do is consider tank mates. So if you have a fish, or if you have a tank with a few fish in them, I know this tank right here, my first intent was just to grow out these juvenile cichlids, which are now kind of grown, but my first intent was to grow out some of these juveniles, which would spend the entire day hiding if it wasn't for some of these bigger fish. So what I did was I stuffed the number. This is a 125 gallon tank. At the end of the day, when these fish are grown, I plan on just keeping about 5 to 6 large cichlids in this tank. However, while they're young, they are jittery, they are shy. So what I did was I stuffed about 10 of them in here so they have each other, and then eventually as they grow up, they won't really need so many other fish to feel comfortable within the tank. But while they're young, they're small, and it's just so much open space, they feel like they're on a spot. So what I do is add different fish to make them a lot more comfortable. The same thing down here with these geophagus. The geophagus in this tank were the main species of this tank. However, they were hiding a lot when I first added them. So what I did was added a different type of fish, these Buenos Aires tetra. These tetras are very active, they're always moving about, and they barely hide. And because of that, that really helps with the activity level of these geophagus. So if you have a shy tank, if you have the room, try to add some more fish, and that can help. If you're dealing with cichlids, maybe you add some more cichlids, and then eventually as they get older and the tank starts to become overstocked, you can start pulling them out. But while they are young, it does help if they have just a nice group where they're not so much on a spot. I feel as if your fish is just put on a spot where he has the main focus of attention, a lot of times that can create shyness. So what you can do is either throw other cichlids in there or other dither fish. Dither fish is just fish that take the attention off that fish, like a schooling fish or something like that. Just take some of the attention off the fish and put it on another group of fish, and that can help as well. So the next thing you can do is just try to add some tank mates to take some of the attention off the main fish. And then eventually when that fish is a lot more older or just bigger and feels less threatened, you could remove those tank mates if you want to. And the last tip is, if possible, provide as much activity around your aquarium as possible. And this is for those tanks where you have your fish and they're all active and stuff from a distance, and then when you come close they all just go scattering and act all scared and jittery. The best thing to do is just to be as active as you can around your tank. After all, these fish are in these glass boxes against their own will, and we are just huge compared to them, so there's no wonder why they would be scared. So you definitely got to be a lot more active around your aquarium, pass them by a lot. If you can, put the tank in an area that gets a lot of activity. If not, just come to that tank as often as possible, just so that your fish can get used to you, and so that you won't be such a shock. So YouTube, those are 3 tips to help with your fish and the shyness problem. I know it is pretty annoying, as I said before. So try those 3 things and you definitely have a chance of breaking that shyness. And of course, there is certain fish that just are permanently shy, I guess, like catfish and nocturnal fish. You can't expect a catfish to be out all day. Those fish are known to be nocturnal. Even in the wild, they spend the majority of the daylight hiding, and then during the night they come out. So certain fish you really can't break the shyness, like catfish, wolffish and stuff like that. But some of your other fish like cichlids, loaches and stuff like that, that a lot of times on YouTube you see them active, these are certain tips that you could do to help bring out that activity level. So YouTube, those have been 3 tips. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for stopping by. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I have a fish room full of fish and it's just a lot of awesomeness happening every day. Thank everybody who's been following my channel, and I'll see you next time.